Hello and welcome to my channel. This is Chemaissem. Thanks for joining in. Today's topic will be about, have you ever been stuck in such a way that you've tried to change your own thoughts and belief systems and even your values over the course of your years, but realized that you've been conditioned in such a way that every time you read a new book, you reflect, or you speak to somebody new and get new ideas, that you still fall back into your old habits and traits? Well, that's normal. You see, a lot of people have mentioned that this could be from the environment. And yes, to some degree, that is the case. But this is how it works. You see, over the course of the years of your life and your upbringing and everything you've experienced and you've witnessed, you've been conditioned and accustomed in such a way that a moment a change happens, you get quite uncomfortable. So let's presume that every morning you wake up at 7 a.m. and you head to your phone. And then after the phone, you go wash your face and brush your teeth. And then you do this on the course of the past 5 years of your life. And then one day you decide, I've had enough. I'm feeling really frustrated. I'm quite bored because of this, and I don't want to feel this way anymore. I don't want to have this old habit because it's restraining me to do anything else in my life. I feel it's a whole heap of procrastination early hours of the morning. So then you go ahead and you start reading books and you start seeking help and advice from others, but you still find yourself stuck. And the reason being that you feel so stuck is because the moment you woke up, since you have created this continuous pattern over the course of the years of your life, you would need to interrupt that same pattern over and over and over many times to recondition that same belief that you had into the new belief you want. But the question is always, how do we do that? Well, you see, the how part of this equation starts with you. How much are you willing to make that change? How much are you willing to sacrifice from your time and effort, from your energy that you already have in the moment, to shift from that state that you're currently in to the state that you do want to go back into, or that you do want to create? The how part of the equation starts with changing that thought. Changing the thought alone is not enough, but it's the start. Because once you change that first thought, that initial thought, things start to realign in your life. And then when that starts to happen, you'll begin to notice the changes. So let's say that you woke up every morning knowing that the first thought comes to your mind is to go through your phone, social media, wash your face, brush your teeth, start the day. What would happen if you woke up that morning and did not do the part with the phone? And you interrupted that thought alone and said, this morning I'm feeling wonderful, I'm feeling energized, I choose to meditate. In those moments in times, you're going to realize that you begin to feel quite uncomfortable. And the moment that you begin to find that uncomfortability subsiding throughout your whole body is the moment you know change is actually happening. You see, the brain and the nervous system, the way it works, is so intricate. It's got neuro pathways, and let's say there's signals like this, and as they come through to the same pattern over and over the course of the years, and you decide to interrupt that pattern. So imagine the new thought of me feeling beautiful and energized and choosing to meditate that morning. Instead of going this way through your neuro patterns in your mind, it takes a new route. Right? As it takes that new route, you're feeling uncomfortable because it's trying to force its way here. But when you do that enough times and you keep taking that new route, the cells no longer follow along on this route over the course of days, weeks. It depends how smart you take this on board and how dedicated you are to this process. The synapse begins to go the other way. When this happens, the pattern breaks over here and it continues going upwards to the world that you are now creating for yourself. Now, once these changes happen, you feel that sense of accomplishment. And the moments you start to feel that sense of accomplishment, you realize that your life story has really begun. Because if you can accomplish something that to yourself could be so large, but in somebody else's eyes is so small, you can accomplish anything. So by changing that thought alone may not be enough. It's a process of changing the thought system, which then enhances the belief of how you see and invite the world in your life. And then when that happens, because we're in the same environment every day, and let's say it's you're doing this in the course of winter for a scenario. It's cold every day. You're interrupting that same behavioral thought that you once had to what you do want to have in the moment. And you're going through the course of winter, but you knew every winter that you felt cold and you're shaking and you needed the socks and the robe and whatnot. And you decide in that morning, no, I'm feeling energized, I'm feeling heat, and my body is building up that stamina where I'm no longer feeling that coldness. By doing that in the environment you're in, once again, you're making that shift and change. So you're not only changing just that thought alone, you're changing how you perceive the environment that you're in that initially caused that thought to be provoked and stay for, let's just say, for that time bracket. Once these things start to happen in your mindset and you feel that elevation of strength, you sincerely begin to grow and your personality begins to grow with you. Throughout all these experiences, by you creating the future that you do want within your mindset, because that's where it starts, you don't only feel a sense of accomplishment, but a sense of, how can I explain this? You can do anything. You're unbreakable. Anything that comes your way, you can manage to become more flexible according to the environment around you, not according to what you've been conditioned to believe for so long. And it's through these experiences that you go through in life that challenge you so much to your wits' end are the moments that you grow in wisdom in light of your own choices and your own thought patterns. These are the parts and the neuro pathways that create what you actually do want at the end. And the how part of is starting to change that thought pattern. Change your comfortability to becoming uncomfortable. If you woke up on the right side of the bed every morning, wake up on the left. If you brush your teeth at 7 after you had breakfast, brush it before breakfast. These little things are little steps to help you throughout the whole process how to outgrow your current habits, traits, things that you no longer want to hold on. And sincerely, when you start doing that, you start realizing what you actually do want at the end. Who are you as an individual? What do you want to provide back to the community and society? What do you want to take in return? You see, our lives are just short-lived. We're not here for a very long time. We are not even promised tomorrow. But during the process of today is the moment that we make the choices to change. We don't wait for tomorrow for someone to push us. We don't wait for tomorrow to start a diet. We don't wait for tomorrow to change a thought pattern. We must wake up and just do it now. What are you waiting for? What is still holding you back from opening up your own mind and heart and creating that congruency within itself and becoming so coherent within your own mindset and finding that inner balance of how you see life and how you should see life according to your own belief systems? This starts with you. Maybe it's time to start self-reflecting and opening up a journal and writing everything, all your thoughts down before you sleep and when you wake up, to start noticing the same patterns over and over the course of weeks, and then start choosing which patterns you want to begin to interrupt, because it starts with you. If you find this video interesting, please subscribe to the channel and follow on through. There'll be a lot more videos coming on board every week. So it was lovely to present this video to you guys. I hope it's benefited you in some way, and until next time.